If you've been scrolling through endless listings, comparing lift recliners, power chairs, and compact options, and you still feel stuck wondering which one actually solves the daily hassle of getting in and out of a seat, this review is here to clear that up. I've spent the last couple of weeks looking at how these chairs perform in real apartments, assisted living rooms, and even a friend's cramped first-floor bedroom. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. The biggest worry most of us have is ending up with a bulky piece of furniture that looks good on the spec sheet but ends up being a tripping hazard or, worse, a chair that won't lift you safely when you need it. First off, let's talk about the core problem the power lift recliner is trying to solve. For many seniors and anyone with limited mobility, the simple act of standing up from a regular chair can feel like a mini-workout. The lift mechanism is meant to give you a gentle push, raising the seat just enough so your legs can straighten without strain. In practice, you press a button, and the chair slowly rises about 4 inches, just enough to take the pressure off the knees. In a test scenario where my dad, who has mild arthritis, tried it after a long morning of reading, the motion felt smooth, and the transition from seated to standing was almost imperceptible. That's the kind of real-world benefit that matters more than a list of motor amperage. Now, who should actually consider buying this model? If you're living in a small apartment, a second-floor bedroom, or a room where space is at a premium, the compact footprint is a genuine advantage. The chair's width is roughly the size of a typical armchair, and the back folds close to the wall, leaving enough room to slip a side table or a bookshelf behind it. It works well for a single user who spends a lot of time reading, watching TV, or doing light crafts, anyone who wants a recline angle without having to lean forward to the floor. It's also a decent option for caretakers who need a reliable lift function but don't want to invest in a full-size powered lift chair that can dominate a living area. On the flip side, this isn't the right pick for families with multiple users of varying sizes. The seat width and weight capacity are tailored to an average adult, so a larger person might feel cramped, and the lift could struggle if the weight limit is pushed. Likewise, if you're looking for a chair that can double as a heavy-duty lounge for movie marathons, the recline angle is modest. It leans back just enough for comfort but won't let you lie flat. For those who want a deep, theater-style recline, you'll be better off with a larger, dedicated recliner that explicitly advertises a near-horizontal position. Let's drill into the practical strengths that show up after the box is opened. The electric lift mechanism is the star of the show, and it's surprisingly quiet. There's no whirring motor that startles you when you press the button. Instead, you hear a soft hum, almost like a refrigerator turning on. That quietness matters in a bedroom or reading nook where you don't want noise to interrupt a peaceful evening. The wall-friendly Recline is another subtle win. Because the back doesn't swing out far, you can place the chair against a wall without worrying about it hitting the opposite side of the room when you tilt back. In my friend's studio, that meant she could still keep a small dresser right behind the chair without rearranging the whole layout. The upholstery is a matte black fabric that hides light reasonably well. If you have kids or pets that occasionally brush against furniture, you won't see immediate marks, which adds to the low-maintenance vibe. The footrest slides out automatically as the chair reclines, giving you a natural extension for your legs, no need to manually pull a separate ottoman. In a real-world setting, that means when your grandparent settles in to read a newspaper, the footrest appears without any extra effort, reducing the risk of a stumble. No product is without its trade-offs, and this chair is no exception. The most common complaint among users of similar models is the limited recline angle. You'll get about 90 degrees at most, which is comfortable for sitting but not for truly lying down. If you need a chair to double as a nap spot, you'll probably need a different design. Another practical downside is the reliance on a nearby power outlet. The cord is fairly short, so you need a wall socket within arm's reach. In a room where outlets are on the opposite wall, you might end up running an unsightly extension cord, which defeats the clean look that the compact design promises. Battery backup isn't a feature here, so if you live in an area with frequent power outages, you'll lose the lift function until the electricity returns. That's something to weigh if you're looking for a chair that can serve as an emergency aid. Also, the armrests.